our vision as a company, as an exchange, is to transform QSE in a multi-class and integrated platform that is central to Qatar's growth. China is Qatar's largest trade partner. We have received an increasing number of financial and industrial delegation from China in the last 1 and 2 years. It is certainly our intention to increase Qatar's exposure in China, and we hope to be there in Q1 2025.
卡塔尔证券交易所是中东地区的主要交易所之一，也是支持卡塔尔2030国家愿景和中国“一带一路”倡议的重要基础设施。今天我对话卡塔尔证券交易所署理首席执行官 Mr. Emadi. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to have this interview with one of the famous channel in China.
I know that the Qatar Stock Exchange has a history of nearly 30 years, and it is a core infrastructure of Qatar's capital market. So could you first tell us about the development of Qatar Stock Exchange and Qatar's capital market?
Yeah, actually, as you said, nearly 30 years. So we have a long journey. And personally, I've been in this stock exchange from the day of established in 1997. QSE's last decade has been characterized by the second stage in our internationalization. The most feasible results of which was Qatar inclusion in the MSCI emerging market and FTSE results emerging market indices in 2014. Historically, our market have been cash equity, based with the main market for established companies, and venture market for SMEs opened in 21, as well as developing of the government bond market since 2011.
The Qatar Stock Exchange carried out its first domestic securities lending and borrowing transaction in May as part of its strategy to raise market liquidity. We learned that it is only one part of several key initiatives. So what other measurements will we see?
The SLP mechanism is designed to boost underlying liquidity in the market and make the market services more efficient through the use of any potential shareholder portfolios. You are correct to say this was only one of elements of our development. Alongside, we have seen market making program backed by 1 billion QR and to cover 90% of the size of the market capitalization listed in our exchange. To assist the clients in their risk management as well, QSE also introduced T+2 settlement in last March 24 of this year. But perhaps the most headline catching development was our QR multi-millions commitment to the new LSEG, which is LSEG technology suite launch the last year. This investment allows QSE to meet the growing needs of customer in terms of services and services quality, and to bring the best technology in order to apply the best practices for the client, either domestically or internationally.
In January, Qatar launched its third National Development Strategy, the final phase of its push to achieve Qatar National Vision 2030. So could you tell us about how will QSE support the third National Development Strategy?
It's a really good question. It is a stated aim is to create a financial and a capital market demonstrates innovation, efficiency, and investor protection, positioning Qatar to unlock its full economic potential. Development of the capital market, again, is one of the 4 pillars in market that leads the region in innovation and efficiency, and drives national development by improving the level of liquidity. Of relevance to QSE particular is increased issuance by the private sector, which is very important, and SMEs, which is even very important, improved liquidity and lowered transaction costs to attract more investors, as well as an expanded offering in Islamic products such sukuk, and of course ESG, which is one of the important subject for the QSE strategy. In fixed income, we will seek to develop a corporate bond market as part of a bigger push into fixed income markets, including sukuk, as I say. And finally, to launch a derivatives exchange, which is we are in the very good position in order to launch this exchange by very near future.
We also know that international macro situation this year is quite complex, including geopolitical conflicts and interest rate cuts by global central banks. So how do you view the current changes in the macro situation, and what impact will they have on Qatar capital market?
The Middle East and Qatar have proved resilient. For example, many markets are net importers of oil and gas, which may act as a brake on consumer spending in terms of raising the prices. But this factor is a plus for Qatar, where we benefit from raising oil and gas prices. In addition, within the GCC, Qatar is characterized by a strong recurring dividend yield. If we look at the macroeconomic picture, Qatar's medium long-term future looks very strong. We have a solid real growth potential, double physical surplus, which provide the government with a significant economic flexibility, and corporate sector, which is not branded by high level of debt, all of which provide the background to earning recovery and growth. One measure which may not be well understood is that in recent years, foreign institutions have been strong supporters of the Qatar index.
Let's talk about the connectivity between Qatar and China. Qatar is a country participating in China's Belt and Road Initiative. What do you think there is room for cooperation between Qatar and China in the financial and capital markets?
As you highlighted, Qatar was an early signatory in 2014 to the BRI, which is Building Road Initiatives. China is Qatar's largest trade partner. I'm pleased to say that at the QSE we have received an increasing number of financial and industrial delegation from China in the last 1 and 2 years. I hosted with my pleasure both Shenzhen and Shanghai Stock Exchange in my office here, where we discussed opportunities to work together. The first step will be to do some mutual capacity building around our markets, raising the profile of Qatar in China and Chinese companies' expertise in Qatar as well. For example, we were pleased to meet even with companies in the biotech, solar power, and electric transportation sector during this visit. In addition to information sharing, we hope to start to see content in our respective websites, and perhaps Qatari companies reaching out to Chinese investors, both virtually and physically. It is certainly our intention to increase Qatar's exposure in China, and we hope to be there in Q1 2025.
We're also quite curious about your work. What is your plan as acting CEO of Qatar Stock Exchange, and how do you envision the future of QSE?
My own vision and our vision as a company, as an exchange, is to transform QSE in a multi-class and integrated platform that is central to Qatar's growth. Traditionally, banks have been a major provider of finance in Qatar, and the QSE needs to alter the perception of issuers, opening their eyes to the benefits of using public markets rather than private debt to access long-term capital. Our decade-long focus on improving liquidity, free float, and market access, and bringing issuers to the market will remain a key for our mission. But the game changing, development will be elsewhere. Making significant efficiencies in the post-trade environment, one of the major focus for upcoming period. Launching the derivatives market, as I said earlier, we are in a very good position. Technology-driven initiatives and digitalization, most of our services, and internalization our members and market makers and investor base are a big target.